$2.49 flipped for $225. Welcome back to fam. I've been asked this question so many times. Could you do a what sold video? Could you do an update video? I'm gonna be doing something that mixes everything combined. You're gonna see what's sold, as well as a little update of what's going on with the channel, as well as a few pieces that people have been asking about, such as the Levi's Rider's Jacket, an update on that one. So before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, as well as turn on those notifications to see when I upload immediately, as well as that, yes, I have a Depop shop. Go check it out. Link is down below. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that. So before we get into the what's sold portion of the video, if you guys didn't notice, a little bit of change about me is actually I am down 20 pounds, a little bit over right now. I'm actually down 24 pounds. Last weigh-in I had with my starting weight, which was 237. I'm actually down 213, trying to switch up some things as well as be healthier. So that's a big one right there. I'll be going over the appraisal form that I did receive back for the Levi's Rider's Jacket that I assumed was from the 1950s. Let's check out what they had to say. But, hi Mick, thanks for the patience. And as he states in here, he says, unlike what you believe is a 1950s Rider's Jacket, it is actually a 1930s Levi's Rider's Jacket. That is beautiful to my ears already. So the range of Levi's Rider's Jacket was a line specially created during the Dude Ranch boom of America, probably around the mid-1930s. What you have is a 1930s Levi's Rider's women's jacket. So it's a women's size large. I knew that from the size. You can see from the short body as well as the way that it tapers to the middle. It says here that the jacket actually had two versions. One was buttons and one was a zipper style. And as you can see, this one is a zipper style, so it's worth a little bit more money, as well as that the original buttons are still on it. So those buttons right there are OG and is all original. It is all intact. Beautiful. He says that the last time he's even seen one go for sale was about 3 years ago, and he says the lowest he's ever seen one sell for was 400 and above. I gotta say thank you, Kirk, for the appraisal. He says that the fluctuating market always sends those prices skyrocketing. It is vintage Levi's first off, and it is denim that, as I felt it, if you feel the denim, feels like a jacket you bought 2 years ago. It doesn't have any crazy stiffness, nothing to it. It is quality at its best, and this is Levi Strauss quality. So there we go. Okay, that is the appraisal of the jacket. Now, what am I gonna do with it? I have no idea. I got a few offers on it already above that marker line, I guess above $400. So I'll see who I'm hitting up. I'll see if I'm going to be just selling it up on Depop. So if you guys want, always check the link down below because I always have stuff up on there. Now let's get into what's sold. So I'm gonna go off some pieces that I've never done this before. Remember, this is my first time. I'm glad you guys are here to witness this, but I want to show you guys what I bought it for, as well as how I flipped it and how much I flipped it for. So we're gonna get some shoes, and this one was an awesome New Balance haul. If you guys know about New Balance, this was actually made in USA, 990s vintage ones, and they got that suede to them. So you got two blue and two red, $12.99 each, and one was $8.99. All in all, I paid $47.96. They were all size 12, by the way. I flipped them for a $360 profit. So two of them, red and blue, actually sold for $180 together with $15 shipping. Remember, all of my Depop stuff, I don't pay for shipping. I don't do free shipping. It is what it is. If Depop gives free shipping, great for them, but I'm not going to. So anybody who's bought anything actually pays for shipping on top of what they're paying for. So keep that in mind with profit margins. And the last two, the red sold for $80 and the blue actually sold for $100. And all in all, it was $360 from a $47.96 investment, pretty much. Onto that, we do got the Nike SB White Ice. This one was actually a personal pickup from a thrift store for 20 bucks, my size, and it was flipped for $200. And they paid $11 shipping. Whatever taxes they paid also, it's insane considering Nike SBs have been going up in price, and it's truly amazing considering this next one right here. So this one was a 2008 Nike SB Newcastle, and I picked it up for $24.99 at the local thrift store. I knew what it was. This was early. This, I put it up, it sold right on the spot. $350 for a $24.99 investment. You know, Nike SB's popularity has gone up, but this one was actually worn, I guess, by Travis Scott. So a lot of people saw that and they're like, I gotta have that. This was actually a size 13, so if it was my size, I would have kept them because most of my Nike SBs, I still have them in the collection. Now to that, we got the 2003 Nike Dunk tartan plaid. This was actually 8.5, so rare size boys, or maybe for a women's size. It was a $7.99 purchase, and I flipped it for 90 bucks on the spot. So that's literally me putting up that price and getting that price, and that's what I'm talking about here. A lot of the online sales, the problem is you deal with people asking, hey, could you do better on this price, can you do this? And that's where it comes down to it. Will you do better on the price, or you just hold firm? I like to hold firm a lot of the time, let it sit there for 2-3 weeks, even a month. You know, so many people like to do that thing where they get an offer and the offer's really low, and they'll go for it because they just want to flip. They want that money back or something. If it's above what they paid for it, why not? But in my case, I like to hold firm. So now this one was Raf Simons Detroit Runners in outlet find that I actually paid $68. It was on sale, found it at the outlets in the box too. It was half a box. If you guys know about the outlets, you don't have the top. 68 bucks, flipped it for $150, and this one took a little while, but they did pay $15 shipping also, and whatever taxes they paid. It was an awesome buy and flip for me because I don't find really good stuff at the outlets. In this case, some Raf Simons Detroit Runners. I've never seen them in person, and they look crazy. After that, we got some ice creams by Billionaire Boys Club sneakers in the orange and black colorway. In this case, I paid $15 for these, and I flipped them for 90 bucks. Now, I could have gotten more for these. A lot of people always say that. You could have gotten more. But this one actually had toe box issues. They sold off 90 bucks, and the person did have to pay some shipping, the higher shipping. It is what it is. It was a nice little flip, 15 bucks to $90. Now it's that these two were actually copped for. I'm trying to like set the camera up so I don't get robbed or messed up. Oh. All right, I got the two Nike boxes. Let's see what they are. Check it out. 40 bucks each. These are the Gucci foam posits. That is crazy. These are size 10, both of them, and the red Octobers. Nike Air Foam Posit Red October, which flipped for 170. That one I kind of toyed with the price, and this one was Nike Air Foam Posits Gucci, flipped for $220 with the box. Okay, if these were my size, these were a size 10. If they were my size, I would have kept one. Really eyeing on the Gucci's, but business calls sometimes, and you just want to get that cash in hand, and that was an easy pickup and flip. And you don't understand how many questions I get with a lot of the shoes I sell. I just sell the shoes. I don't have the box with them mostly, and everybody always asks, does it come with the box? Does it come with the box? And yeah, does it come with a box? This is Raf Simons Stan Smiths. I paid $20 for size 11.5, a white colorway where they kind of look worn. They actually have like little marks everywhere, but that's the way they come. It was free shipping. What the heck's wrong with them, right? But when I got them, they were perfect. I did flip them, and for $20, I did flip them for 90 bucks. So that was really nice because that was my asking price, as well as that the buyer actually paid for the higher shipping. I think it was like $15 because they added on some Alexander Wang H&M shorts. We got them for a steal, 60 bucks, okay? When I bought them for $5, I understand that, but that's the thrift life. That's resale life right there, and that's just the way it is. Like I said, that was a nice flip. Now I'm going into a crazy tee right here, 1985 Madonna Virgin Tour tee. $2.49, flip for $225. That is a best case scenario flip right there. Found the tee straight up in the thrift store a few videos back, not that long ago. Found that tee straight up flip for $225. That's an awesome flip. And now into another tee. This is a 1992 Pink Floyd, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. This tee was actually in a Pink Floyd haul video that I literally went to a thrift store, and they had like 5 Pink Floyd tees. Couple of them were true vintage. I still have the wall tee from 1991, and this one is a 1992. As you can see, it's got a front, it's got a back hit on it, and I mean $2.49 flip for $120. That's what I'm talking about right there. A $10 local pickup. So 10 bucks. Chicago Bulls 90s Pro Player puffer with taping all the way through. It's amazing back embroidery. It had the whole package. I love it. And it sold from $10, it sold for $120, and the person actually paid $15 shipping. So you have to understand that that's a all-time profit for me. It was awesome coming up on it. I almost kept it. If it was a little bit bigger, I would have. And going back to it, I do got a Raiders jacket that I was told, you know, they don't sell. I was told they don't sell, and I picked it up for 24 bucks, and it was a quick Raiders flip starter jacket. I knew what's what. I cleaned it up, I steamed it up, and I flipped it for 80 bucks. Now, it was a smaller size, and it did have the patchwork right in the back, with not the craziest thing, but good enough. That's that. We got the 1992 Dot Chair Swatch watch. Now, a lot of people aren't into looking at watches at the thrift or want to flip them. Very difficult, I understand. But But in this case, this Swatch watch had the dot chair, it had the plastic still on it, had a new battery in there, it was working just fine, even came with a case. And check it out, $25 at the thrift, flipped it for 80 bucks. Again, a nice pickup and flip. So that we do got the Ferrari deerskin racing gloves. Now I'm going all around here with just crazy finds. This one was actually 20 bucks. I knew what I was looking at. It was still in the package, came with everything. Even the little tie that's on it was still there. And the drop stitch connecting the two gloves together, that was still on there. Because from $20, I flipped it for $115 with whatever shipping they paid, which I believe it was $6.95. They retail for $206, so I knew it was a great pickup and a good flip. I was gonna get more than half of it. Now onto that, we got Gucci belts. I got questions over this one. So the first one was a monogram belt. This one was actually picked up right after the lockdown happened and right when it opened up. I went thrifting for the first time. I went late too. And this one was hanging there for $3.99 and I flipped it for 100 bucks. It was awesome because it's all leather and it has monogram, embossed monogram through there. And I guess if you didn't look at it carefully, you wouldn't know it was Gucci. And that's what I love coming up on, because it's always attention to detail in my case that why I come out with some good pieces. Always the attention to detail. Do your homework, know what to look for, and I love it. Now in this case, this one was also something to know to look for. This one was $3.99. This one was considered fake. Literally, the thrift store was telling me when I was buying it, she's like, wow, $3.99 for a bootleg Gucci belt. I mean, you would have to go to downtown LA and you would still have to pay $25 for it. I'm like, yeah. $3.99 to $125. That's what I'm talking about. It was a great belt. Again, it was more of a smaller size belt. So it's not the regular men's size interlocking. This fit me. I would have probably kept it. It was awesome. Now it's just another flip. We got some more high end right here. We got a Fendi motif beanie. Top for $5, flip for $95.50, which was of the buyer because they asked, would you do $100 ship? So in reality, I had it up for $100, whatever shipping. In this case, they paid $95.50 plus the shipping, and it was like $100, you know, flat. So that was a great cop because I remember I was buying it and the lady behind the counter knew what it was, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's designer. They messed up on that one in the back. But it had all the tags and everything, and that was legit and sold on the spot. Now to that, we got an awesome nostalgic piece right here, vintage Nickelodeon jacket, cop for $9.99. Let's show the pictures. And I flipped it for $110. It had the dog as well as the bone on the side as well as that Nickelodeon back, which is screaming childhood for me. And the fact that we are so close to the studios, I mean, that's what it's all about here. We do get the Sade X Diamond Tee. Now this one was an awesome flip because it was a t-shirt that a lot of people wouldn't know that it was somewhat valuable. Diamond Supply Co. X Sade, and it's got a crazy print. I love that her face is right in the front. $2.49 and flipped for $75. Now in this case, this one, the reason why it sold for a good amount because it was a rare size. It was actually a triple XL, which you don't find those shirts all the time, and that's why I literally got my asking price for it. Vintage ATL Falcons Shark Tooth snapback, found with this Raiders snapback. So bought for $5, flipped for $140 with $11 shipping because I had to put it in the box so it didn't get smashed. The 1992 Dallas Cowboys Arc snapback. So this one actually cost for $3.49 at the local thrift store and was flipped for $97.50, and that was on sale, by the way. There's a classic Emmitt Smith picture of him wearing the hat with it, and so the buyer was probably a big Dallas Cowboys fan as well as Emmitt Smith fan, and he had to have it, and that's the thing. A great pickup, $3.49 as well as a flip. Thank you guys for watching. A new Trip to the Thrift episode will be dropping soon, so keep that in mind. As well as that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, as well as turn on those notifications to see when I upload immediately. And with that, I'm just gonna say what I always say. Hit that sub button because more videos are coming. This was Mick from Fresh from the Flea. Don't forget about 96.